shiz, one broke bone! Yeah. Both occasionally break the rules. Maintainer and defender, scars we don't show. Blood from the war still stuck in our soul. Truth in the glass for the nights we don't sleep. Warriors of whiskey for the brothers we keep. Warriors and whiskey. Steel and smoke, don't test me. Warriors and whiskey. Built from grit, not pretty. Crack the bottle, lock it in, let's go!
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Matt,
And I'm Hayden.
and this is Warriors and Whiskey Real Talk.
Hell yeah, man.
Another episode.
Another one,
Here we
dude.
go.
Let's keep it going.
Ooh, my mic is. There we go. Okay. My headphones were blowing me out, man. We tested everything else, but not the damn headphones. There we go, boy. All right, man.
We're all set up on the new setup, man. You got to talk about this for a second.
Yeah, man. So I'm stoked. So yeah, we, as you can tell, a little bit of a different setup here. I got a whiskey barrel table that I made with little help, different folks, and got the whiskey barrel from our good friend Chad out at Pine Bluffs.
Hell yeah.
So got to give him a little bit of a, attaboy for that. We appreciate that for sure. And then got the top made and all that, man. It's looking good, man.
It looks real good,
yeah,
dude.
yeah. I'm pretty stoked. I was worried that it was going to be a little bit too small, but I think it's perfect.
No, this will work, dude.
Yeah. I'm really excited. I think it goes really well with what we're trying to do here.
Absolutely.
So-
Shit, this goes well anywhere. I want one now.
I had another friend come over yesterday. I think it was Drew.
Yeah.
Yesterday, the day before, and he was like, "Man, I need one of those. I need one of those. You make me one of them things." Like, yeah, man.
Yeah, I want one for my man cave when I get down south, dude.
That's what this is going to be. It's going to be in my bar. that I
Hell
built
yeah.
in my
Yeah, this
house
is
in
nice.
Tennessee. So, man, we got some bottles out here.
Couple.
Yeah. So we've already talked about two of them, so I'm not going to really go into details.
We
got
talked
that.
about the Buffalo Trace
Yep.
right here and the bullet there.
Yep. And then now we're going to go into a little bit. So we got that wild turkey.
That rare breed.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You were like, I'm not a fan of that.
No, man. That's
I'm
like,
not a fan of that. So we're not pouring that tonight.
I am not having to pour
No.
that. That'll burn your throat
Yeah,
out. Or
that-
maybe I'm just,
That'll take the hair right off your stuff right
you-
there.
man.
Yeah.
What would old Ron Swanson say on that show? That'll burn the shell off a snail.
Ain't that the truth, man? Yeah. If you notice, it's open.
Yeah.
And I was telling you before we started recording, that's been open for probably a year plus. And there's a reason why there's only been that much drink.
Yeah.
And I think most of that was other people. I had a pour and I was like, ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that's not my thing. And I mean it's a high proof, but it's not extremely high.
It
It's not
drinks
hazmat
like it, though.
style.
Huh?
It's not hazmat.
I know it's not, but it might as well be for me. I don't know why.
Yeah. To me, I don't know what it is. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll go in a little bit about that, and then we'll go into what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah, brother.
So it's a bottled in bond and barrel proof.
That's why.
Yep. So barrel proofs are typically higher proof. This one is 116.8 proof. So it is relatively high. Most people will consider anything over like 105 to 107 higher.
Yeah.
The higher end. But it's one of those that, you're going to suck down with your boys,
Yes.
either wallowing in pity and sorrow because something bad happened or you're having a bad day or you're celebrating something like,
Yep.
like a win or something like that. you
Yeah.
know? Which I think brings us into what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. So the topic we're on today is the locker room mentality. So for a lot of people out there that have played sports, you're getting ready for a game, whether it's home or away, you go into a locker room and you just start getting amped up with everybody, right? So for myself, I played football. We'd have a stereo bumping somewhere in the back, usually playing Nirvana or Kid Rock or something, Metallica, just getting everybody amped up, and just the sheer debauchery that would go on in a locker room. I'll leave that to the imagination. But that mentality of you're getting ready for something. You're getting ready for the big game. You're getting ready for whatever you can tie it to. That locker room mentality, I think, applies to so many different things, right?
Oh yeah.
And from high school to the military to carrying it to the civilian side, I feel like we both maybe have similar experiences, and those for our listeners out there, even if maybe you didn't play sports, but there's definitely a little bit of that locker room mentality for whatever group of individuals you were tied to,
Oh yeah.
I know I looked forward to it in every aspect from playing football up through the military, and I'm fired up about it when I'm a civilian because it takes on a whole new meaning, right?
Wow. Yeah, it does. No, it does.
But
See, I'm getting choked up about this. Listen to you.
but like you still have, I feel like you have to have that locker room mentality. You have to have that ability to just get together with your core group of people, your team, your coworkers, whatever it is. Maybe you work in a store somewhere and you're about to have, I don't know, some big sale right before Christmas, and it's going to be wild out there, right? So it's like, all right, y'all, let's get fired up. Let's get ready
Yeah.
to go.
No, that's very good. Yeah, that's true. Especially like Black Friday.
Oh, dude.
I mean, can you imagine what? I've never worked retail.
Neither have I.
And don't plan on it ever.
No.
God bless those that do.
100%.
Yeah, for sure. But I can only imagine like Black Friday or before any big holiday, but specifically like that Black Friday. And Black Friday's changed over the years, a little bit different than it used to be, but still, that week of Thanksgiving and even after Thanksgiving, it is wild.
Oh yeah, dude.
I won't even go anywhere.
Well, like I don't even leave the house.
No.
The wife is like, I'm going shopping.
So,
I'm like,
yeah, have fun. Yeah,
enjoy.
I would have to get psyched just to deal with it every day.
Yeah.
So,
man.
But no, we were talking a little bit about like our locker rooms, in school.
Yeah.
And the stories. and I reminded both of us. I just said it out loud. We got to keep it PG-13.
We're gonna tone it down.
Oh yeah. But just the bonding that goes on.
Yeah, man.
In the locker rooms because of the conversations, because it's that safe space.
Yep.
And then like equating it to the military, and we'll get into that a little bit. In our locker rooms in the military, they look differently.
Oh yeah.
But I'm pretty sure what went on was very similar.
Oh, it's about the same.
Maintainers and cops are very similar when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I think that's why we connected so quick.
Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely like the safe space for sure, because you think about it, you're prepping for, so for me, I'm going to use my example, right? Playing football, you're prepping for the game.
Yep.
So you're trying to get that adrenaline going. You're trying to get your head right, getting that mentality, like I'm going to go chew somebody's throat out, right?
Yep.
And then after the game, whether you lose or you win, you're still coming back to that locker room as a team.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And that's kind of where these tie in.
Yeah.
Right? Because these are kind of casual pours, like the just hanging out.
Yep.
Hey, it's a party now because we just won.
Yeah.
So we're going to have.
That wild turkey starts the party, and it goes one way or the other.
Yeah.
When you start it with that. But you're talking about a party. I think we need to pour.
Yeah. I'm going to lean towards this Buffalo Trace over here.
I'm right there with you.
Because this one's a little bit mellower.
Yeah.
I don't feel like burning my esophagus out.
Oh, I didn't say I was going to pour the wild turkey. No. I got to work tomorrow, man. Some of us still have a job.
I'm working. Mine's just, I'm in school.
He's working, guys.
Dude, I'm about done too with my prereq course.
Yeah.
Kind of excited. Yeah, I'm getting fired up about it. Next big thing after that is my test.
That's awesome.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, brother.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers. Cheers, y'all.
Guys.
See, that's tasty.
Oh yeah. You can't go wrong with some Buffalo Trace.
Nah, man.
No, you can't go wrong with it. It's such a good, easy, like you said, mellow, easy going.
Smooth. It's got that little bit of oak on it. It's got that little bit of I get caramel out of it sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like on the back end, that caramel is so good,
Not too.
You get that oak in the front.
Yep.
and then the sweet on the back.
Yep.
I like bourbons that are a little bit spicy on the front end.
So do I.
Slowly going down.
Same thing with like a cigar. Like a lot of people talk about a spicy cigar,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No, for sure.
spicy on the front, sweet on the back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good. And it's, it's a pour you can have. It's an everyday pour.
Yep.
$25, $30 bottle. Most places now you can find it almost anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
At least around here. And I know down south, and from what I hear, it's pretty much everywhere now. It didn't used to be, but
No.
it is,
Dude, I remember when I first found out about it, I was stationed in Oklahoma, and I went to, there was a liquor store just down the road off of base, and it was owned by a retired security forces member. I can't remember his name now, but I went in there one day and was like, "Hey man, you got any Buffalo Trace?" He's like, "I ain't got none of that."
Yeah.
He's like, "As soon as I get a crate of it, it disappears."
Oh, yeah.
And this is when I was first kind of starting to dabble into bourbons a little bit, or at least being specific for what I was searching for. Which he turned me on to a couple different bottles that were pretty close to it, which if I can find them, I'll pick them up and I'll bring them on for a episode. But yeah, this one right here, it's the first time I got it. I was like, oh goodness, that is 100% everyday pour.
I was going to say, I call that's my everyday pour.
Yeah.
I don't pour one every day, but
if I'm going to have one,
on a Wednesday evening, long day, or maybe I just want a freaking pour.
Yep.
I'm not going to break open a $150, $200 bottle.
No.
Some of you might. I don't. I'm gonna pop open that $25, $30 bottle that I can grab anytime I go to a liquor store.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people that I talk to that are kind of into bourbon. They have that same thing. Everybody's got their own different flavor profile they go for, so their everyday pour is different from ours.
Yeah.
I know myself. I like that.
Yeah.
If Weller 107 was a little bit cheaper and easier to find,
yeah,
that would probably be it for me. But
that's such a smooth.
Oh, so good.
We're gonna have to break that one out at some point.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We'll put the Weller lineup out.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, you got the full thing going on over here now.
Yeah, we've upgraded a lot.
You did.
Yeah, well, but no, I bounce back and forth my everydays between these two in the front, between Bullet.
Yeah.
And this is just the single barrel.
Oh, nice.
Bullet, and then the Buffalo Trace.
Yeah.
I really there's sometimes I'm like, man, I really want some Bullet.
Yeah.
And I like Bullet before Yellowstone. But before oh my gosh, what's his name on Yellowstone? I can't think of his name now. Shit. Dutton.
Oh, John?
Before John Dutton.
Old Kevin Costner.
Drinking Bullet.
Yeah.
Like on a daily basis.
Yeah.
But yeah, I go back and forth between those two. That Wild Turkey, it's out there because it's a party drink. It's like let's turn this stuff up like a notch or 12.
You're trying to do something with this bottle for sure.
There's one. You have one goal in mind.
Yeah.
If you're slugging on some rare breed.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's rough. It has that oak, but it's harsh.
Oh yeah, man.
It's harsh.
It's like drinking gasoline. I like their
that white. What was it called?
Oh, the White Dog.
White Dog. That was turpentine.
Oh, that was shit.
Yeah. I was. But for whatever reason, I kept going. I was like,
I know you kept going back to it.
Yeah, and I was like, it's so weird. I don't know.
No, I was done with it, man.
No, I need to find a barrel. I can't find mine, so I need to get a barrel so I can put it in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we could.
3 years from now, we'll have to get together.
Yeah, man.
And try it, see what it does. I don't know if it's gonna do anything.
I'm down for that for sure.
Yeah. So, all right. So back to the locker.
Back to the locker room, bro.
So I was sitting here and I try to think of some stories that I could tell. You ever play the towel game where you wiping up the towel?
Yeah.
And you smacking people?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, you were talking about football. I played football too in high school, and I was quite a bit smaller than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I had a bunch of buddies. A lot of them were like linebackers and linemen. So would have whooped my ass all day, right?
Yeah.
But I was the smart ass that would be going around the locker room before practice and just wrapping up the towel, getting the tip wet, and just annihilating people's, like, the back of their legs.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And Well, it started that way,
Yeah,
and then it became a towel fight, and
Yep.
it got worse. You started going higher, and next thing you know, people's faces are getting smacked.
All out war.
Yeah, it was it was a lot of fun. But one specific time, I messed with the wrong dude. He wasn't having a good day. He was a buddy of mine,
Mhm.
but he just wasn't having a good day, and he was one of our linemen. And so big dude.
Yeah.
And here I am like a cornerback. That's what I played, cornerback and strong safety. And I mean, I was like, yeah, I should not have done it. And I knew he was having wasn't having a good day.
Yeah.
And I got him right in the ass. I mean, like he was changing, so he was in his draws.
Mhm.
And I just, man, he turned around and he snatched me up by I had a t-shirt on, ripped my t-shirt, just yanked me and chucked me across the locker room
Yep.
like I was a rag doll.
Yep.
And I was like, well, that didn't work out too well for old boy, but
Yep.
But just things like that. But like afterwards, it was, he didn't care.
Oh no, man. That's the thing about it, is like that mentality of that space, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of ties into, so like just you and the guys, it could be us, right? Hanging out here. If we were getting fired up for something, or the inspection a couple years ago,
Oh,
remember we were all in the
I do.
office. All of us are kitted up.
yes.
We had music going. We're chucking stuff at each
Oh my
other,
gosh, I do remember that.
going over our
That
weapons.
was a good time.
Yeah, man. But that was our locker room for that
Yeah,
moment, right?
It was.
Bumping into each other, grabbing each
Yep.
other by the
Chest
vest, just
bumping. Yep.
getting fired up, because hey, exercise is coming.
Yes.
We don't know when necessarily. And then we got the call, and it was happening. We're like, oh, it's go time.
Yep.
And then I didn't even get to leave the building.
I was gonna say we're not gonna get into details, but I was gonna say if I remember, it was over pretty quick.
Yeah, it was very fast.
So
I remember
there was all this hype, and you guys
Yeah.
were like, because you were saying you guys, I wasn't kitted up because I'm not a defender, so I wasn't there. I was just there for support,
Yeah.
and joking, but I was going around smacking you on your helmet.
Oh yeah.
Like I remember, I snatched up Waylon and just snatched him by his freaking vest, and just like, let's go.
Yeah, dude.
Just the energy.
Yep.
And the camaraderie in that moment, even though you did absolute shit.
Yeah, I know. I was so fired up. My adrenaline was up here. And then
you guys didn't do a damn thing.
Not
you
a
guys came
dang
back up
thing.
in like 5 minutes. I was like, what's going on? And you're like, it's done.
It's done. The kids killed it. They did a great job. We didn't even get a chance.
Yeah, it's great. Like,
But
what stories can you tell about your locker room?
Oh, man.
High school time.
So I was a tiny kid too, and I was kind of like the clown. So,
No.
Yeah, so I'd go around, like I'd jump on people.
Yeah.
Not everybody. I usually left a lot of the bigger guys alone because I was not an idiot. But we also had like our little clique, right? So it was the same kind of guys. We were all, so special teams would be over here, and I was on special teams.
Yep.
And we'd walk around, just like you said, whipping each other with towels, or you punch a hole in the top of a water bottle, and somebody walk by, and you just be like, ah,
Yep.
coat them with water, get them fired up. Grab them by the shoulder pads, hit their shoulder pads. People would have their helmets on, bumping heads together. And it's like, oh God.
And they wonder why we all got concussions.
I know, right? Yeah, man, it was a lot, because everybody had their own little clique on the team, and everybody was doing the same stuff though. Everybody was fired up, smashing stuff, getting, yeah, we would throw each other, tackle each other.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
Somebody would have a football and they'd be like, all right, scramble
yeah.
drill. Like,
tackles
right.
in locker rooms. Oh yeah.
yeah.
How we didn't bust each other up, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
How more injuries don't happen in locker rooms?
Oh gosh, man.
Yeah.
I could only imagine.
So for me, it was wrestling.
Yeah.
Wrestling. I wrestled in locker room. Like I played football, but wrestling was my big thing.
Yeah.
Man, some of the stuff that went on in those locker rooms. I mean, yeah, just practice, because we would know we were about to get our asses handed to us for the next 2 hours of practice, because wrestling practice is no joke. It is no joke. Football practice, you get breaks. There ain't no breaks. Your break in wrestling practice, doing more push-ups. Like, hey, you guys take a break. Hit them.
Yeah.
That was it. But some of the things that we would do, we would actually have wrestle matches in the middle of the damn wrestle in the daggum locker room.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing? We got mats like right out the door.
Yeah.
But we're in the locker room,
Dude, our quarterbacks, they'd get fired up and they'd be standing like 10 feet from each other and just rifling each other with this football.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I loved about like that atmosphere and all that all together was our coaches were in on it too.
Yeah.
There'd be like 40-year-old men would get a wad of wet toilet paper. And as you'd walk by, they'd just come out and pack right in the side of the face. Be like, you better be looking, Granger. And be like, Jesus.
Yeah. Right in the side of the face.
Right in the side of the face. Just a wet, soggy
Yep.
toilet
Like the
paper
old school
ball.
dodgeballs.
Huh?
The old school dodgeballs when we played dodgeball. in
Oh,
the gym.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
Right in the side of the face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How's that arm feeling, by the way? I saw you just go, oh.
Oh, it's sore. I moved the wrong way.
Yeah.
And it pulled.
So old boy sat in a chair for how long last night?
Well, so she worked on me. It was 5 hours on the gun, but I was there for about 7.
Yeah.
With the breaks and setting up and all the stuff. So,
That's still a long time to get some ink,
yeah,
man.
I started on my sleeve on my left arm. Started up top. I got a lot done.
It looks badass, y'all.
Yeah, I got a lot done. I'll share pictures, later.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But,
let it heal up a bit.
Yeah, let it heal up and scab over and do all that stuff. And then once it's good, I'll show some pictures.
I'm pumped up for you though, man.
But,
it looks great.
Yeah, I gotta schedule the bottom part. I'm gonna have her work on the bottom part, just not connect them until this is
yeah,
healed, probably 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
But the right in here.
Yeah, that armpit sucks, dude.
Right there. And then she did some work right up here on the top of my shoulder blade. I left the chair. I was like, woo!
Do you drive with your left arm or your right arm usually?
I usually drive with my left arm, but I'm driving with my right arm.
I was going to say, because that can't be good.
Yeah, it pulls.
Yeah.
And like this morning, putting on my uniform, I was like, oh boy, all right, we gotta try a different way.
Yeah.
So I put in this arm first and then reach back.
Yep.
But yeah, it was. I got to be more careful.
Yeah, dude.
I keep moving the damn thing and it's pulling on me.
No, it's funny, man.
But compare locker room to high school locker rooms to how things were. More were, because neither one of us are really in that point. You're definitely not, and I'm not anymore.
Yeah.
In the military.
Yeah.
What was your locker room atmosphere like as a defender?
So for us, man, there was like 3 stages to the locker room for us, right? So I remember as an airman, I used to smoke like a brush fire, right? Marlboro Reds, Cowboy Killers all day.
Cowboy Killers, me too.
And I'd show up early so I could drop all my gear off in the guard mount room and then go to the smoke pit before guard mount. And usually there was about 5-6 people out there already. And some of the off-going shift, some of the oncoming shift, and everybody's just smoking cigarettes and just talking about either what their shift was just like or what our shift is about to be. Like, hey, we had a domestic last night. You got to watch out for this house. There was a party over here that we had loud noise complaints from, probably still going on, because it's like 4:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
But that was kind of our start. And then we'd go to the guard mount room. Guard mount, for those that don't know, for my career field in the security forces, we call guard mounts kind of like our formation in the morning. Everybody arms up, you get your weapon systems, your secondaries, and you basically, if you don't know your post, you find out your post. Flight chief, whoever's running the show that day, flight commander gets up, they do roll call, make sure everybody's there, make sure you know your post. And if there's anything special for your post for that day, like let's say I was working the flight line and we knew that they were going to be running planes all day, be like, hey man, you're going to be working today. Just to let you know, get fired up.
That's almost every day on a flight line.
Well, not at Keesler.
Oh.
This was back at Keesler.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, on real flight lines.
Yeah.
Where there's real airplanes.
Keesler had real airplanes, but
okay.
I hope some of them are listening. But no, we'd get fired up for that, and a lot of it too was like us airmen, like the NCOs would be over here and the airmen would be on the other side, and we'd be just dogging on each other. Like, dude, your uniform looks like garbage. You shouldn't even be on this flight. You don't deserve to be here, blah, blah, blah. Just picking on each other. That's
Talking
how,
shit.
yeah, talking shit. That's all it was. Or if we knew that there was going to be a massive exercise that day, be like, hey, you better get ready for this. You better be ready for that. Do you know your SOPs for the day? Do you know your post briefing? Do you know how, you're supposed to respond if this happens over here? And you kind of run scenarios and just kind of get your head right, get ready for it. And then the third stage was the posting van, because that's when it's just us airmen. And that's where all the just craziness would come out. Some of the things that are said in a posted van, you're like, geez, crow. I'm going to censor a lot of it. There's not much I can actually talk about, I don't think.
How much can you actually share? This
But
is supposed to be a PG-13 podcast here.
I'm going to keep it that way. But let's say, think about, I'm trying to think of a movie to tie it to. No, I'm not gonna. It was a lot of fun. I'm just gonna say that it was a lot of fun, and it was no holds bars. It was like survival of the fittest for sure. It was like a prison yard. Like if you showed any sort of like you're intimidated, like
You're done.
Done.
Yeah, done.
You were the guy for the rest of the time. We're gonna pick on you until we get another new guy, and you can be a little bit better.
Yeah.
But what about you?
Oh boy. So ours is for maintainers. It was definitely the maintenance truck.
Yeah. What's a maintenance truck?
So kind of like you guys, we don't call it guard mount. When
Mhm.
you show up to work at the beginning of shift, whatever shift you're working, you do your roll call. They call it roll call for maintainers, and that's when you get all your information for the day.
Yeah.
What planes are flying, when they're taking off, when crew show is. If anything's coming in landing, when that is, and then crew rest periods, all those kinds of things. And then you get from your maintenance leads, your pro supers and your expediters, your maintenance tasks, and people are assigned to different aircraft, but a lot of times you have to work different airplanes just depending on like manning and somebody's on leave or whatever.
So you'd like jump around?
Yeah, not a lot, but yeah, you would some.
Okay.
You were assigned to an aircraft.
Yeah.
The dedicated crew chief program. You're assigned to an aircraft, but depending on what was going on, and the manning, like if somebody was on baby leave or just on leave in general, or maybe they were TDY or deployed, whatever it was, you may have to cover down.
Yeah.
So they would have assignments of what plane you were going to work on. Typically, it was your own. But sometimes it was not. And then you'd be given a list of all the things that need to be done.
Okay.
And it would be based on the fact of like whether when it was flying next. Is it flying in a couple hours? Are you launching it out? Is it flying tomorrow? Are you doing a pre-flight? Those kinds of things, right? Post-flight, did it just land? All that. So you get all that in the hangar. And then you go and get your tools in the tool crib. They call it CTK. And once you get all your tools, maintenance truck is sitting outside the hangar waiting for you.
Is that like a bread van or something?
It's a big ass bread van.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with just bench seats that most of the time aren't even bolted down.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They rattle around.
I'm probably going to get some people in trouble.
Safety,
anybody
brother.
That's in like wing safety watching or listening, ignore what I'm saying and don't pay attention to where I was as a maintainer.
This was also what, 15, 20, 12 years ago, 10 years ago?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. See,
So I'm speaking in my airman days.
Yeah.
Things have changed a little bit, but yeah, this is, statute of limitations long surpassed.
Cannot nail down a location or time frame.
But anyway, so you get your tools, and everybody loads all their tools in the truck, and then you get in the truck. And most toolboxes are roughly the size of this tabletop, as long as it is, and probably about yay wide, yay deep. Some of them are even bigger, and it would take up this entire table.
Wow!
It takes two people to carry, depending on what's in them. Like launch kits are pretty big. It just kind of depends on what you have.
Yeah.
And everybody has ladders. So you would literally have ladders stacked in the middle between two benches in the back of a bread truck. Okay.
Y'all are just racking your shins off of them?
Oh, God, yeah. They're stacked at least, 3 or 4 or 5 high,
Yeah.
depending on how many crews you have in there. And then all your toolboxes are laid out wherever you can fit them,
Yeah.
underneath, on top. Nothing strapped down, mind you.
I
Right?
wasn't going to say anything, but I
Nope.
was thinking it.
No, nothing strapped down. And then of course it's like, oh damn, we have all these tools, but we need people to operate them.
Yeah.
So then we have to get in. So you're piling up on top of the ladders, you're on the benches,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they're trying to shove as many people and tools in as once, so they don't have to keep coming back.
Hmm.
Because a lot of flight lines are up to a mile, even longer long,
Yeah.
depending on where you're at and what base. Especially heavy bases, they're usually longer and bigger. So we get in there, and the conversations, like you said, most of it I can't, talk about.
Ever.
No, never. What goes on in the back of the maintenance truck actually does stay in the back of a maintenance truck.
Yeah.
Maintenance trucks are not like Vegas.
No.
It doesn't follow you home, because God forbid it did.
Then you do
But we would have wrestling matches in there.
in the truck.
In the trucks.
Oh shit.
So we would get to where we would have a couple ladders about 2 or 3 high, and we would wrestle on top of ladders.
Yeah, just fired up.
Just, on our way out to the jets,
Mhm.
because they would go from jet to jet, and you would, whenever your stop was.
Yeah.
So if you're one of the last stops, you're in the truck for, it could be 30, 45 minutes, depending on how many stops, what they have going on, or whatever. And that's if they don't get called away to something else, and you're just stuck in the truck until you get dropped off.
Yeah.
So you're wrestling. The conversations, are more like X-rated.
Oh yeah, dude.
than PG-13. But what I remember is the bonding that
Yes.
happened because of those, like, the off-color jokes, the the talking shit, the razzing folks,
Yeah, dude.
all in good fun, and there was times we took it too far.
Yeah.
I remember many a times things went to blows back there.
Oh, 100%,
I
dude.
mean, and then after shift, we'd go have beers together.
Yeah.
But I've been in a couple of fist fights in the back of a maintenance truck, and I've seen a couple of my buddies
Yeah.
just straight going blow for blow, because you said something stupid
Mhm.
that you shouldn't have said.
Took it too far.
Yep. You
Now we
crossed
got to
the
put him in
line,
check.
and now it's like, well, oh shit, this is going down.
Yeah.
There's
Ours-
a couple of times we have they call them blast fences.
Yeah.
On the flight line.
Blast fence training.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. You guys know about that.
I know about it because of my buddy Jim. He's a
There you go.
B-52er too.
Yeah.
So
That's right. You were telling me about him before we started.
Yeah.
But blast fence is basically, it's kind of a wall basically that's behind the jet blast of large jets. So you're not blowing over, like usually it's where there's a building back there somewhere,
parking lot
or
or
a parking lot, right? You're not blowing debris over somewhere else, right? So it was basically just it was a solid wall. It was usually angled back.
Yep.
So it would vector the jet blast up and away from whatever's on the ground.
Yep.
Right.
We had him at Keesler for the C-130s, but
Yep.
obviously not as powerful as the B-52.
No, yeah,
But I know that was where for us, like if you're working flight line out there and you got a buddy, that was where we would go and smoke. Because you could climb in there, in southern Mississippi, it's the only spot on the flight line with shade, and you'd crawl up underneath that sumbitch and be like, "Oh, this is great."
Smoke, take a leak.
Yep.
Fight.
Yeah, fight. Yeah.
Yep. But we would have they called them airman wars, and so if the truck driver, who was usually a tech sergeant, sometimes a high-ranking staff, maybe even a master sergeant. No, he's good.
You sure?
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely. Outside is fine. It's not that cold yet.
We hear Dexter out there.
Yeah, he's outside, but he's fine. I realized it halfway through, and I was like, he'll be fine.
Oh, it's like almost 50
It's
degrees
not,
out there.
It's not that cold.
No.
But anyway, we would be driving around, right? And the truck driver would hear us talking shit, and if it got too much, he'd be like, you and you, he'd call out our names. Next stop we make is a blast fence. Go behind there.
Let's go.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
And then get your asses back in the truck.
Yep.
You're going to have about a minute. So you go back there and you'd handle business.
Yep.
And you would wrestle, you would fight, you would do whatever it took.
Mhm.
Sometimes you would just yell and cuss at each other. It depended on what the situation was, right? But there was many of fights,
Yeah, man.
But no, blast fence training that you were talking about, that's an actual thing. usually it would be with your supervisor.
Yep.
And your supervisor would just be like, meet me behind the glass fence. You knew you done messed up
We need to talk.
because you're about to catch it.
Yep.
And the difference with another airman and your supervisor is you just take whatever's going to be given to you.
That's it, brother.
Because there's a whole line of NCOs that are going to come after you if you don't.
Yep.
So you're just like, well, all right, I'm about to find out whatever it is that he found out that I did. Because it was
Start
never
running
like,
the mental checklist.
yeah, it was never like, oh, I didn't do anything. It was like, what does he know?
Yeah.
I don't know that he knows. Right?
We called ours wall-to-wall counseling.
Yeah. Yep.
It would be a broom closet at the gate shack or out on the flight line. They'd be like, hey, come here into the shitter somewhere out in the flight line. And yeah.
But no, that was our locker room. That and the smoke pits.
Yeah, man.
If you showed up to a base as a young airman, you didn't smoke, you realized real quick that you needed to start smoking.
Yeah.
Because the only break that was allowed were smoke breaks.
Mm-hmm. And you took turns?
Yes. And if you were dropped off at a smoke pit, you better be smoking. Like, you're not just going to sit there and talk. Because your truck driver's going to be like, you're not even smoking. Get your ass in the truck. I'm going to take you back out to the jet.
Yep.
So, like, if you didn't smoke before you got there, you were smoking. And so the truck would drive by and be like, smoke them if you got them.
Yep.
And then you jump in and you would take turns because you have to leave at least one person on the jet to, to man the tools and make sure nobody took the tools. But I realized real quick, like, well, I'm not a big smoker, but damn it, I'm about to be.
I'm at least going to light one and hold this son
especially down in Louisiana when it's like 100+ degrees on the flight line. Like, I just need some shade because they were always covered.
Yeah.
And they had the burn barrels, that you put in there. We try to catch them all on fire.
Oh, every one of ours was burnt up, melted. Yeah. People would throw their trash in there and then somebody throw a cigarette butt. And then next thing you know, somebody would be out there with a fire extinguisher.
Oh, yeah. Well, so they ended up putting like hanging fire extinguishers on our smoke pit. Like,
yeah, we had them too.
Because we just built they were kind of like just canopies, with like plastic tops or even like metal tops or whatever. So when it was raining, you could just stand underneath there. It didn't have sides or anything, so it wasn't heated or cooled.
We had a real nice one outside of our squadron at Keesler. It was a wooden gazebo, octagon, huge, about as big as this room. But before I got there, somebody had, I guess, finished a cigarette and threw it, and it fell through the cracks in the boards and lit the leaves on fire underneath and then caught the gazebo on fire. And I remember they always told that story because I remember when I first got there, I flicked a cigarette and there was an NCO sitting there like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And, oh, I'm sorry.
My bad.
I thought that's I just flicked it. Sorry. But then they told me the story and they're like, yeah, man, I'm busting on you, but don't ever do that again.
Yeah. Busting your chops, but I'm serious though.
Yeah. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. I remember, so like part of the locker room for us when I was deployed to Iraq, we would rotate through a bunch of different posts, and sometimes we would work perimeter, and we were in towers, right?
Yep.
They had these big berms that they bulldozed up, and then the towers looked over and out. And we had this, he was a guy from my base. His name is Rob. He come from Texas, and every day that I worked in the towers and I was in his truck while we would post out, because we'd be in the back of a 2.5 or a 5-ton, no canopy, just a bunch of airmen sitting back there with their gear rolling from tower to tower. He would start singing Garth Brooks, Friends in Low Places. Oh yeah, man. And the whole truck would belt it out the whole ride through, man. And that was part of that was like our little locker room, our mobile locker room at that point, because he always had a real good attitude on him while we were there, which was great because it was relentless, man. 4 months into deployment, he'd start singing that and I'd be like, oh my God, I'm so sick of this. But then
you'd sing with him.
10 seconds into it, I'm like, I gotta sing. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, you can't not sing to some Garth Brooks.
Oh, 100%, man.
And that's got to put a smile on your face too.
Yeah.
Even in the middle of the shit in BFE Iraq.
Oh, dude, it changed your whole perspective on the day. You know what I mean? Like, it was a real good pickup. Maybe you got like 2 hours or less of sleep the night before, and you're running on fumes, and then this guy would just be like, blame it all on my roots, and be like, oh, here we go. Every time, dude. Every time.
Oh, I guess we're doing this again,
Yep.
right? Yeah, yeah. See, that's those times that we're never gonna forget.
No.
Because I got times when I was in Iraq that for us it was Waylon Jennings,
Yeah.
and man, we had
Showing your age.
yeah, I'm a little old. But our flight chief out there, he was a senior master sergeant. He was a National Guards guy though.
Yeah.
And this was the first time I was out there. And he was big country boy,
Mhm.
you know, just big cornbread dude. He was from Nebraska actually.
Yeah.
And he would he had a little radio in his office. He would just jam the country music, you know.
Yeah.
But one time we were out on the flight line out there, and it was a battery operated radio. And he brought it out there, and he started playing some Waylon Jennings,
Hell yeah.
and we all started singing. And so that's what started. This was like month 2 into our 6-month deployment,
Mm-hmm.
and we all started singing. So it was very very summer, you know. So you go out to the smoke pit right off the flight line, and you'd hear somebody singing like, "Oh, that must be one of mine." You
Yeah,
know?
man.
Because there was Balad, we had Army, Marines.
Yep.
It was a joint base.
Buka was the same.
Yeah, it was a joint base. But yeah, that whole mentality and most of those guys you didn't know at all.
Yeah.
Like, I know when I showed up. I mean, I don't know. Did you guys deploy like as a unit, like as a fire team, or did you just show up and you got your fire team when you got there?
No, so we left Keesler with 13 people, and we went to Fort Lewis for 2 months or a little over 2 months, I want to say, for training, right? And when we got there, dude, there was hundreds of us. There was so many, and we didn't know anybody. Like, a couple people ran into people they knew in basic training or tech school or something like that, or a lot of the NCOs ran into other NCOs that they knew from previous bases and stuff. But
Okay.
for us, like Keesler, we had our own floor, at least the men. We had one female with us. She stayed with the females.
Yeah.
But for the men from the base, we had one floor. It was all Keesler.
Okay.
So we had bunk beds all the way up, and we were on the second floor. And below us was a team from Maxwell. They had like 13 to 15 guys, and we all clicked. And talk about some of the stuff that gets said in a locker room.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna keep this as PG-13 as I can, but it's one of my favorite stories to tell.
I can't wait.
I'm standing at the smoke pit right outside of our dorm. It was I can't remember if it was lunch or maybe it was just one of the days we had a light training schedule, but we were back in the dormitories. And these are old World War II dormitories, like not like what the people when they think of Air Force dormitories. It's not what it was.
This is like Army style.
No, 100%.
Yeah, I got you.
Which I loved it. I was an airman, and I'm like, this is exactly what I wanted in the military my entire life.
Yeah, it's what I pictured.
Yes. But we're standing in the smoke pit, and there's 3 or 4 of us, and our chief walks over, and she's just little petite, skinny chief, tiny, but she was a beast, man. She'd do like 1,000 jumping jacks in her vest every morning before formation. But she comes walking up. She's like, "What's going on, gentlemen?" We're like, "How you doing, chief?" Everybody goes to parade rest. She says, "No, you're fine." We're smoking our cigarettes and talking, and we can hear the guys in the dorm room.
Oh no.
And some of the stuff that was coming out of their mouths. Eat a blank.
Oh yeah.
You poop blank mother effer.
Yeah. I can only imagine.
And our chief is just wide-eyed. And it sounded like a war zone in there. And she's like, "What is going on?" And the staff sergeant that was standing with us, he didn't miss a beat. He just takes a puff. And he's like, "Laundry day." She started laughing. She's like, "I'm going to leave you boys alone. Just, take care of them in there if you can." But yeah, that's a memory that'll definitely stick with me forever. Laundry day.
That's great.
It's
like no big deal. Like this, it's an everyday.
It was
It's
so
a
loud,
Tuesday.
yeah,
Like,
chaotic,
what's the
yeah.
difference, right? Yeah.
But that was our space. We knew the dorms was where we slept in there, we ate in there, we hung out in there. That's where we did our studying.
Oh yeah.
when we were getting ready to go out to do, any massive training exercise that we were doing in training, like all the teams would compile in their dorm room and you just put on some tunes and help get some gear together. Every now and then somebody would tackle somebody across the bunk bed, and it's
Yep.
like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted the military to be for me.
See, that was the kind of shit that went on the flight line.
Yeah.
Like when I was in Iraq, we were on the flight line. Honestly, just because of the mission set and how fast paced it was in Iraq, we didn't really do roll calls like we did back in the home station.
Yeah.
So it was real quick, and maintenance trucks. The time was you were getting taken out quick.
Yeah.
If you even got a ride, a lot of times it was grab your shit, grab your toolbox, and haul ass.
Yeah.
And you were almost running out there because you had another jet coming in, or you were having to marshal one out because it had to go because schedules are serious. They're real world missions.
Oh, 100%.
But the flight line was kind of that became our locker room.
Yeah.
So I remember I'm going to have to be careful with this one myself. But
these are the best stories, though.
Oh my gosh, man.
We need to have a Warriors of Whiskey after dark. So like,
yeah, we would have to put a warning label.
Yeah.
And we might get flagged as my only problem.
Yeah.
So, speaking, I didn't tell you. I'll tell you. I'll say it here actually. So Facebook flagged me for Warriors and Whiskey for a post.
What?
I'll tell you in a minute. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let me do the story.
Yeah. Sorry.
And then we'll tell you. I just remembered that. I forgot about it. It's under review right now.
I'm going to write that down so we don't forget.
I don't forget.
Flagged.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, we're out on the flight line, and kind of like you, I went with I only went with one other person from Barksdale. It was me and one of the guys. I was a senior airman,
Mm-hmm.
his staff sergeant. Anyway, so we had guys we had some reservists, we had some National Guard, we had one National Guard guy, and then our senior, and just people from all over, right? And so, and all different airframes,
yeah,
and everything. So anyway, we're out there. We were waiting on a Russian jet to land, and one of the guys, I can't remember where he was from, but anyway, he was a KC-135 crew chief.
Oh wow!
And anyway,
those are scary.
Yeah. Well, there's a little bit of history between B-52s and KC-135s because 135s used to be stationed at Barksdale with buffs.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day. This is before my time.
Yeah.
But anyway, there's still a little bit of history there. So whenever you a buff crew chief and a 135 crew chief get together, it's never great. Yes. I mean, we end up being buddies, and we actually still talk to this day. But he was talking shit about the buff and like, all you do is belch smoke. You guys don't do anything, blah, blah, right? All these things. And so I went back at him and I said some choice things, and we won't go down that road.
Yeah.
But like me, I was just like, whatever, man, you're just talking shit. Well, he got mad.
You struck a chord.
I think I poked the bear a little harder than I should have. And we were, I don't know, he was a little bit taller than me, but roughly the same size.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't expecting him to come at me like he did. And he just bull rushes me.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Like it's on.
Yes. And so he takes me down. I'm not going to lie. I'll admit it. He takes me down. I'm on my back. Well, it's a very active flight line. So hearing jet engines taxing is not it's all the time. So you didn't even think about it. The one that we heard was the jet we were supposed to be catching.
Oh, my goodness.
We're going to blows. We're wrestling. And it was a Russian jet coming in. Yeah. Yeah. We caught a bunch of Russian IL-76s coming in. They used to bring us vodka. It was great.
So they're like, are you seeing this?
Yeah. So he makes the turn onto the parking ramp, and he just sees two guys on the ground
fighting each other,
around, throwing blows, And so I think it was actually him that noticed it. He was like, oh shit, that's our bird. And I was like, no, it's not. Shut up. And I pegged him in the side of the head. I was like, pow. And he was like, asshole, stop.
We got to work.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh no, it is. Okay. You weren't lying. My bad.
Yeah.
So we got up, brushed ourselves off real quick, throw on our headsets, because we hadn't set anything up. Chalks were just in a pile. Like Headsets not rolled out, nothing. Because we got out there and we immediately went at it.
Yeah.
Because we've been talking shit the whole way out there.
Yeah.
And so he's coming in, and we're like, man, I hope he slows down because otherwise we're gonna be here for a minute. We got everything out, and he made the final turn, and we parked him, and we got they get off the jet because we were doing a refuel. They're just doing a quick turn, and I mean they speak Russian, no English, and we don't speak Russian.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they said to us, but they looked at us. They were just laughing. And they were just saying, I don't know any Russian, so stuff in Russian to us and everything. And so we did our thing. Well, we go to pick up one of our launch kits, and I was like, man, the hell did you put in here, man? It's heavy. There was 3 bottles of vodka.
Hell yeah.
That they had stuck in there for us. I guess they were like, they enjoyed the show.
Yeah. Here's your tip.
Like we're in the middle, it's summertime, it's hot, in the middle of the fight line in Iraq, but smack in the middle of a war.
Yeah.
And we're just going to blows on each other because I'm not even sure exactly what I said to him that really struck a nerve.
Yeah.
But
he just had enough.
And then it was on. But that was really funny because afterwards, I mean, obviously, there's no bars.
Yeah.
In Iraq. But afterwards, like we hung out, we went to gym later that day together and all that stuff.
Yeah, man.
But it's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's that, you deal, you take it too far, or, you have something to handle or to deal with.
Yep.
You deal with it, and you just move on.
Yep. That's it.
I don't know how many of my best friends I've come to blows with.
Oh yeah, dude.
One of my best friends of all time broke my nose. And a couple hours later, we were chilling, having beers together. So, it's that kind of camaraderie.
Yeah, man.
But you're about to not have the military camaraderie.
Hold on.
Oh,
before we forget.
Okay.
We got flagged apparently.
Yes.
Or you did.
Not we, I did. And I don't even know. I think they misunderstood what I was saying. So, do you remember that clip that I did? I was sitting in my truck.
Yeah.
And it was basically like, keep going on, don't give up, that kind of thing, right? Well, I guess Facebook flagged it because I talked about some, I guess you call it mental health stuff. And they flagged it, and they said that I was going against their policies and their ethical policies. So I was like, so I don't know, and I'm not sure what anybody can see on our Facebook page right now. But they said that they're not sharing our stuff on our Facebook page right now. And I'm not.
I saw it.
Well, people are, which I don't understand what it does, but you have to request to review. I've never dealt with this before.
So that video that you made the other night where you were sitting here.
Yeah.
Did you put that on Facebook?
Yeah.
Well, that's not on Facebook.
No, I didn't put the video. All I did was post it. I did not put that on because it was too long.
Oh, okay.
I just posted that it was out there on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Amazon Music.
I was going to say, because I didn't see that video on
I
Facebook.
Didn't post that.
But the one you're talking about. Yeah.
Well, I know people are seeing the post because people are commenting.
Yeah.
And people have saw that I posted or that I put on, all of the apps out there.
So you can't give a positive message about mental health on Facebook. But I'm not actually, never mind. I'm not going down the road.
That's what this is about. So I know what you're going to say.
I'm going to say it for you. I'm going to get fired up.
But people can put some bullshit on there talking trash about.
Yeah.
Yes, I know.
All the other garbage you see on that.
Yep. My only thing is what I think happened was obviously there's not human beings watching everybody's postings.
No,
it's probably AI driven.
You said a couple flag words.
And they flagged it. And they said that I'm supposed to hear back in the next 7 days. They said most people hear back within 7 days or less. And this was maybe 4 or 5 days ago. But I just thought that was interesting.
It's still crazy, man. Because I got a buddy. His name is Matt.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Not this Matt, another Matt. But he's flagged on Facebook consistently because he speaks his mind. When he wants to say something, he's going to say it.
Yeah.
And he's been dealing with it for a long time. And it's funny, they've shut his account down multiple times. It is nothing too crazy or outside the realm of like people understanding. It's just that little algorithm that they have, those flag words that you say that
Yeah, I said something that it didn't like. So
it's just wild to me,
I
man.
mean,
But
it's not shut down, and as far as I know, people are seeing what we're posting. I haven't posted a lot since then, but a couple of things. As far as I know, people are seeing it, but I don't know what it means. But no, I just thought it was interesting. That I'm
yeah,
like, what did I say? Like everything we put out there is I try to be
positive.
positive. Like I'm not
Yeah.
trying to stir the pot. We purposely don't go down the roads of politics or anything like that, just because we want
Trust
anybody,
me, I
everybody
could.
to be, huh?
I said, trust me, I could.
Well, oh, we both could, right? And I think anybody could, but we want this to be something that everybody is feels comfortable listening to.
Yeah, man. And that's what it's supposed to be about, right?
Yeah,
Like, and I thought your message was pretty positive. I remember watching that video
yeah,
that morning and being like, hey, he put out a good message,
yeah.
right? Um,
I don't know. I think it gets weird because I didn't even use the word mental health. I got to go back and watch it and see if I can figure out what flag word. I didn't say anything about suicide that I could think of. I don't think I did anyway. I'm pretty sure I didn't because that's not what it was about.
no,
It was basically just about
be strong, keep
picking
going.
yourself up. Yeah, yeah, getting up and moving on. And
Yeah.
you got this, and it's okay, and all that.
Dust off
So
and
I'm not
press.
sure what word or what sentence or what phrase I used that the AI algorithm did not like. But I'm waiting to hear back to see.
Bro.
I just thought it was funny, and that definitely wasn't part of this podcast. But I remembered
No,
it.
I'm
And I'm
glad
like,
you
oh
told me
shit!
because now I think I'm gonna get on there a little bit more.
Like, yeah, I'm like, man, of all the bullshit that's
Yeah.
on social media, this is what you're gonna flag. Obviously, somebody hasn't looked. So I'm just hoping a human being that has a little bit of common sense.
Yeah.
But all right, let's get back to what we were actually supposed to be talking about.
Yeah, you got me thinking about other things
No, I
now.
know we got off
So
the
the
rails,
topic
which
is
is what we do
changing.
here, and I think that's that's what makes this fun. But
No, so like we talked about we talked about the locker room mentality and like sporting events or like people in high school, whether you're in band or math club or whatever it is, how that all could be tied in. You got your locker room mentality for your military career, right? Um, I know for me, like another big locker room atmosphere for me was hunting camp growing up.
oh yeah,
And
mm-hmm.
for me, that was definitely, it was a different locker room because I was the youngest person there. I'm there with my dad, his cousins, his brothers, and, uncles and all this different stuff. And I'm getting to see that me as a 14-year-old playing football, what we do in the locker room does not change even 30 years later. It's the same debauchery. It's just grown ass men doing it now.
Yep, it is.
They were ruthless with each other.
Oh yeah,
Like somebody would have a couple too many adult pops, go to bed early, and they'd wake up next morning with raccoon eyes and whiskers, and their
yeah.
fingernails would be colored with a magic marker. It's like, we're going to give it to you.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't dare be the first person to pass out.
Yeah,
'Cause
man.
you're gonna pay for it the next
Yeah.
morning.
And I love that. I love that atmosphere though. Like even the older men, they were in their 60s,
Yeah,
70s, and somebody would, wisecrack to them and they'd turn right around and give it right back and be
oh
like,
yeah.
you want to do something about it, old boy? Let's go outside. And be like, Uncle Fred, I was joking.
No, that's funny. It's cool to see, especially from the eyes of like a 14-year-old, like you
Yeah, man.
said, that grown men, we're just little boys
We're
inside.
children.
Yes, we're little boys. My mom has been telling me to grow up for over 44 years,
Yeah.
and I don't think she's gonna stop.
No, dude.
And but and I think that's a lot of part of it. But I didn't really have a hunting camp growing up, but I was a part of I'll call it hunting camp, just a group of us that hunted when I was in Louisiana. It was about 5 or 6 of us, and Connor would come with us.
Yeah.
And he still tells stories.
So yeah, he gets to see that
about some of the things that we did, because we did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I remember we we would have one too many, as you call them, adult pops. I don't call them pops, adult beverages.
I had another name I was going to say, but I don't think it was good to say on here. So
Okay. Yeah, and we would talk trash or whatever. Somebody this poor soul would go lay down and go to sleep
Yeah.
early. And I remember we would actually go to Walmart and get fingernail polish
Oh
just
gosh.
to take with us because you knew the first person that went to sleep that night was getting their fingernails painted.
Somebody was checking out for sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And we would draw on their face. We would use permanent
Oh
marker,
yeah.
and I mean, drawing things,
Yep.
on faces.
Objects.
Yes, objects. Uh, you know, but it's such a fun time that is something that is totally understandable for
Yeah.
anybody, not just military. We talked about what our locker room was, like what it was like in high school. We talked
Mhm.
about our military locker rooms, and that was a little bit different for us. A lot of the same debauchery went on, but
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
places, different atmosphere, maybe. But then when we just as in our civilian selves,
Mhm.
and even like when you retire, when I retire, I'm definitely going to be in a hunting camp.
Yeah.
That's going to be the same shit.
Yeah.
Like when we get together 10 years from now, and what, God forbid, one of us passes out early, because
Oh,
it's on
cooked.
100%.
I'm
Like,
shaving eyebrows.
whatever you do to me, if I'm the one that goes to bed early, well, I mean,
That's it.
that was on me. I
Yep.
shouldn't have gone to sleep. That building of that camaraderie and stuff like that for men, I think, is so important, and we just do it in a different way.
I just think it's so important to keep it too. Like and you shouldn't lose that ever. Because if you do,
That's boring.
it's boring, man.
Yeah.
Like what are you even doing then? You're just going through the motions of being somewhere like that with your buddies, whether it's a hunting camp or maybe a fishing camp, or you're just out camping. Maybe
Yep.
you're out on a hike. Maybe you're just hanging out in a house.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if you lose that, for me personally, that would be a real big chunk of my soul that was gone. You know what I mean?
Oh
Because
yeah, no, for sure.
some of the best times are like 95% of the best times of any story that I tell are in an atmosphere like that,
Mhm.
with just me and the boys just doing boys shit,
Yep.
like just hanging out. I'm 39 years old, just turned 39 a couple days ago, and I'm about to go to fishing camp. It's going to be a lot of older gentlemen, but I know, like the oldest guy there, if I say or do something, like he's going to give me a couple shots,
Mhm.
100%.
And they're going to be real good ones because he's got a lot of experience.
Oh,
you don't have.
absolutely,
Mhm.
man. But I'm excited about that. I crave that
Yeah.
atmosphere. I crave that mentality. I want to be around people like that because I feel like you surround yourself with like-minded people that can help build you up as much as you build them, then you have just the perfect recipe for success, regardless of
Absolutely.
what it is.
Absolutely.
Whether you're hunting, fishing, hanging out, doesn't matter. Your career, if you build a good team around you, you start a business like you're going to get into
Yeah.
when you retire, like you surround yourself with people, like-minded people that have that same mentality, but also realize like there's a time to have some fun. There's a time to shut it down, get the F to work.
Yeah. No, 100%.
That is everything, bro.
Mhm.
It's everything.
No, I agree. And I think you hit it right on the head that you can't lose that,
No.
and I think that's what happens when anytime you're transitioning to a different part in life, whether it's going from the military, retiring out of the military, and going to the civilian world,
Mhm.
maybe it's just retirement in general, right? And you're not really working anymore,
Yeah.
so you don't have that camaraderie of the business, the organization, wherever you were doing to make your money. Um, I think it's important that you find a way to keep that,
Yes.
because without it, you lose who you are
Mhm.
and what you're about.
Well,
I,
you start down a different path, man, and you can get yourself into a rut. And next thing you know, you're stuck in that rut for a long time, and you don't know what it looks like on the outside. You don't know what it is that
yeah,
you know, you have the fond memories of it, but it's like, how do I get back to that? Oh, I can't figure it out because I'm just stuck here with the kids and the
yeah,
wife, or
yeah,
the job or whatever it is. I think it's important. Like I'm 100% a child trapped in a man's body, and I need to
Who are you
have that
telling?
outlet.
Yes.
That's why I'm going to
Well,
my buddy's camp here in April, because my wife was like, "Will you just leave? Go." I'm like, "Babe, I don't want to leave you alone."
I
She's like,
feel
"No,
like
I'm
she tells
telling
you
you."
that every weekend.
I annoy her pretty good. So
The last several times we've hung out, you're like, yeah, Gene told me I had to get the hell out of the house. So
yeah,
here I
pretty
am.
much.
Like,
Yeah, it happens a
we're all
lot.
getting a text message. Hey, bro, what you doing? Just chilling, man. Hey, I'm going to come over. Okay. You
Yeah.
show up. Yeah, Gene kicked me out. What'd you do? Nothing. She just said I got to get the hell out of the house.
I
So,
just, dude, I get this pen up. Like I don't have the outlet from work anymore.
yeah. No, I understand
Like
that.
hanging out in the office on Fridays,
Yeah. That was,
having a couple beers.
oh, man. That was something I missed when Kane left.
Yes.
Because he did that.
Yeah.
He made damn sure that all of us that had quite literally been through war that week
hmm
together, right?
We had a place
We're
to.
sitting down. It was usually bourbon,
Yep.
bourbon or beers or both.
Yep.
And there was, what? I mean, there was sometimes there was what 12, 15
Oh,
people in
dude, remember when we did the Hot Ones challenge?
there. Oh my gosh! So if you remember, I wasn't able to be there because I was doing
Oh,
some
that's
things.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing some things for work, but I came afterwards and
Yeah.
still hung out. But all the wings were gone. Thanks, assholes.
Dude, well,
But no, that's the kind of stuff, those memories
mhm.
that we made, that we have to create those once we don't have that.
Yeah.
Because I think as men, it's super important, because I think all of us are just children in grown
Yeah.
ass bodies.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm serious, right? On the inside, if you boil all this shit out and you take away all the responsibilities and you put us in a situation where we can just do whatever we want, be who we really want to be, with no one else judging, no one else looking, I'm pretty sure we would all paint the first guy's fingernails that passes out.
Oh, absolutely.
We would all talk some shit to the point of, going to blows. We would all do silly, crazy stuff, make calls, just play pranks on each
Yeah.
other, and all these things. I don't think there's too many men out there that can say honestly, if they're honest, that they're not like that.
I think a lot of people mask it because they feel like they're stuck in a certain role, especially for like not just the military, but like people who are either they're running a business,
Yeah.
they're in charge of some people. Like I get it. You need to be that image. You need to be that individual while you're at work. But there's been so many times where I've hung out with individuals, so like in my military career, that were much higher ranking than me,
Mm-hmm.
and you just get them away for even a couple hours.
Yeah.
And I mean, it revert right back to that 15-year-old mentality
Absolutely.
and just talking shit, having fun, telling stories, playing games. Like,
100%.
but people, you need to do that, man.
Oh no. Yeah.
If you don't, if you start bottling that up and you push it away, it's going to be a lot harder to find it when you really need it. And I think that's where a lot of people fall into that trap. I've been thinking a lot about this over the past couple of days, and I think I'm going to save the rest of my comments for another episode because I've actually been.
I was going to say that I think that can be a separate episode.
Yeah.
Because we've talked about some things that you've been dealing with and kind of processing recently.
And not just me, but like people I know.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like
we've both had
a
emotional couple of weeks. We'll say that.
Yeah. But nah, man, you need to hang on to that, right? Peter Pan, dude. Never grow old, right?
100%, man. So you were talking about, basically, no matter what your position is, professional.
Yes.
Right. And it's important in your professional environment. You got to act a certain way. You have to get the job done.
Yeah.
When it's work time, it's work time.
Mm-hmm.
But when it's play time, it's play time.
Yeah.
And
own it.
I remember this wasn't too long ago, several months back. I'm not going to say the person's name because the person's still in the Air Force and all that kind of stuff. However, it was we were all going through a lot with stuff going on, and I was there was several of us that were asked over to an individual's house,
mm-hmm.
and it was I've been in the Air Force for a long time,
yeah.
So I've definitely seen full board colonels, commanders. I've seen generals, chiefs, you name it.
Yeah.
Having a good time, just being dudes.
Yeah.
Just being bros, hanging out. But this was the first time I saw this group of people here Gosh, it was longer ago than just a few months ago. Actually, it's probably more like 8
I was gonna
months
say
ago.
6
Yeah,
months.
it was
Yeah,
6 months ago, easy.
I
But
remember I know what you're talking about.
yeah, but it was really nice because I even just like took a step back and just kind of just watching everybody,
Soak it in.
and everybody was just they were just hanging out. There was no rank in there,
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure I was the lowest ranking dude
yeah.
in the entire place.
But you got to look at those other people and see the person,
Yep,
not the
yep.
rank
But
on.
nobody treated me that way. I
Yeah.
was Matt.
Yes.
They were them, like they were
Yes.
their first names. They weren't rank and last name and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think those kinds of things, even out in the corporate world, out in the business world, when it's about making money, when it's about producing numbers and that kind of stuff, it's important that we do let our hair down, so to speak,
Yeah.
and take off that outer shell from time to time. We got to know when to put it on, when we can take it off. But I think it's important that even our subordinates, even the people that work for us, see that okay, he's just a dude.
Yeah.
He's got a job to do.
Yeah.
He's this way for a reason, but he's just a guy.
Every person that I've had in my life, I've been very well. Not every person. I'll have to take that back, but a lot of them, majority, who have been in a leadership position over me, whether before the military, during it. I got to see that in a lot of them, and that it helps you humanize with that individual because it's an intimidation factor. You're talking to your boss, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're out at a restaurant, at a construction site, working a golf course, in the military, it doesn't matter. You're talking to your boss. There's a little bit of a pucker factor. I need to watch what I say. I need to do this. And they're thinking the same thing in their mind.
Mhm.
They're just thinking it on a different level because they're talking to a subordinate. But if you can even keel that and meet somewhere in the middle on like a Saturday and be Matt and
And
Hayden,
that's
or,
what I loved about the military.
yeah,
That's
dude,
what I absolutely love about the military because it breeds that.
was my favorite thing.
Hmm.
It died after a while. It doesn't exist this much these days.
It exists, but not as you're right. It's not nearly as prevalent as it used to be. You're right.
But the camaraderie that we had back then, there were men and women that I would follow through the gates of hell soaked in gasoline
Oh,
because of situations like that.
that's a great image because I love that because I feel the same way.
Like, but it was those moments where we'd get together at a barbecue on a weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I would get to see Matt Sargent get tore up and his wife cuss him out,
Mm-hmm.
and then say, "You're sleeping on the couch, you son of a bitch," and he'd be like, "That's fine with me. All right, boys, who wants
Yep.
another beer?" Don't get wild. Don't be stupid. That's where people they lose it. They cross that line. But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like we lost a little bit of that, man, and
Yeah.
that's why I wanted to talk about this tonight because we need to kind of get that back.
No, I agree. I agree. And I mean we even talked about that this is gonna go a minute because we the two of us we could talk about things like this for
Yeah,
hours. And there's so many things. I mean, we could delve into where are we at?
hour 12 minutes. We're
Okay,
still good.
we're not too bad. Um, but yeah, we could delve so deep. We could go so many different
Oh yeah, dude, I
directions.
got stories for days.
Oh
But
my gosh, yeah, yeah. But I think the important thing is that it's okay to let your guard down a little bit
yeah,
and to be vulnerable and to show who you are, no matter what level you're at, whether you're a CEO or the janitor cleaning the damn toilets,
hmm
and neither one should not be willing to hang out and bond with the other.
yeah, man,
Right. I think it's a two-way street too.
it is.
Because a lot of people are talking about, they think about, well, the big dog, whatever it is, the CEO, the commander, the chief, the boss, the manager looks down on, on those that are below them, right?
hmm
Okay, maybe. But what are you doing as the worker bee or the janitor or whatever you may be to build that relationship? Because it's got to be two ways.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times as a supervisor did you try to build a relationship with an airman and they just weren't having it? They would
All,
give you the yes, sir. I'm good, sir.
yeah,
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Okay.
dude,
I got it. Yes. How many times? All the time.
all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I have a. I'll keep it quick.
More times than not.
But I have a specific story.
There you
So
go.
I got to Vance Air Force Base. I took over a flight, and it was all that. Yes, sir. No, sir. Blah blah blah. And I tried to open up, tell jokes, this, that, and the other thing, and they all were just It's like if their assholes were this tight the entire time.
Yep.
And it was a Friday, our Friday night,
Hmm.
right? Coming off of work, we didn't have to work for the next couple days. I told everybody, I was like, you come over to my house after shift. Everybody bring a change of clothes. You're coming to my house after shift. I fired up the grill. I grabbed some beers. Those that were of age could drink. Those that weren't were the DDs, but we all hung out. We sat in my garage and we just cut loose, man. And even in that atmosphere, some of them were still like, I'm uncomfortable. It's like, look, dude, like, you got to give me something here, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And I see it all the time. You know, I try to bust through that that shell
Mm-hmm.
of younger airmen, even NCOs. You know, I even go to the extent, and most people would probably tell me that I'm not doing my job right, but I don't really care because what are you going to do? Make me retire? But I try to. I'll even get to the point where I'll call them by their first name in my office.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
not out. In a professional setting, but in my office,
Yeah.
like I'll call them by their first name, and I'm like, I'm that,
Mm-hmm.
and they eyes get this big,
Yeah.
and they're like, what is this guy doing? Like he's nuts. No, you're not. You're first sergeant. You're master sergeant Shomo. You're
Yeah.
whatever. And I'm like, no. This is rank off. No bullshit.
We're having a different type of
You came
conversation.
to me for help.
Yeah.
So here's my way of helping you. Here's my way of talking to you and building this relationship because
Yeah.
you're not going to listen to a damn thing I say if you don't know who I am.
Yeah.
I can't tell you who I am real without taking my stripes off
Mm-hmm.
and just being honest, And I think that's
So
that's
true,
the
man.
key. Yeah, it's the key to, you know, really being successful, but just enjoying life
Mm-hmm.
and being happy. Letting your hair down, being okay to act like a child a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun.
Yeah, dude.
It's not fun adulting. Who thinks fun adulting is fun? Not this guy.
Psychopaths.
No, I hate adulting.
Yeah.
Of course, we do it because we kind of have to.
Yeah.
My whole childhood, I couldn't wait to grow up, and now I'm like, damn it, I wish I was Peter Pan. I wish I was in Never Land.
Really squandered those years.
Yeah, like damn, I could have done so many more things.
Yeah, man.
And enjoyed it. So every chance I get, I'm cutting up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm acting like a child.
Yeah.
And usually somebody reminds me, you're acting like a child. Yep, you bet your ass I am.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, there's a door.
Yep. I've been thinking about this a lot when I'm getting ready to this retirement. It's gonna be the first time that I get to be me, like the real me.
Yeah.
In 20 years. Like I've been me.
I know what you mean.
But I've had that.
Because we still represent the Air Force,
yes.
civilian attire and out. So yes, there is a line where we have to be careful to skirt and not
yes.
cross, which I think is important. It absolutely is.
I can't wait for that level of immaturity to come back.
I can't wait to see it. I can't wait. So when you do let it out, would you let me know at least 2 weeks in advance so I can get a plane ticket?
Oh, brother.
And I'll come watch it.
We'll build a locker room in my garage.
Because when I'm outside of the state, Master Sergeant
yeah.
doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Especially if you catch me after June 1st, when I have a retirement date.
There you go, brother.
Likely, it's going to be.
Hell yeah.
Like, y'all think that, you think that I say shit I shouldn't now. Just wait until quite literally it takes an act of Congress to change anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd have to commit murder. Like quite literally. But no, that's very important piece. I think,
yeah, dude.
To transitioning, military to civilian, but just in any kind of situation.
Anything, dude.
Yeah.
Find that again. Find that inner child a bit. Go back to that locker room. Even if you could do it mentally.
Yep.
Get a couple, 1, 2, 3 friends. Build that locker room somewhere.
Yep.
Because I think it's one of the most therapeutic things that a man can have in his life.
Absolutely.
And shit, that's what I've built here with you on this. This is.
I was actually thinking about something, and I'm going to say it. So Hayden and I've been doing this for we're going on like 2 months now.
Wow. No.
Yeah. But we have reshot quite a few episodes.
Oh yeah.
And there's actually a couple we still need to reshoot before we can post them out. And the reason for that is because we act like children. Because we had a few of these,
Oh,
right?
we were good tonight.
We're not being secretive here. So sometimes we'll shoot 2 to 3 on one day, just so we don't have to, if something happens during the week, we have some in the hopper to pull from.
Yep.
And I think it's not a big deal that you guys know that we're not hiding anything here. Like we said at the very beginning, we ain't no damn Joe Rogan.
No,
You
we're
know,
transparent as hell.
but so on the second or third episode, especially on those episodes where we had maybe a couple pours,
Yeah.
and we were setting up, and you'd come over and you pop a beer. Well, I mean, if you're popping a beer, I'm popping a beer.
Yeah. Had to wash my mouth out, you know.
We had to get primed.
Yeah.
And we honestly we crossed into acting like children.
Yes.
And we were like, nah, we can't. We're not putting that out there.
Can't air that one.
That was a little too much. So
Yeah.
we have to reshoot. And most of them we have. I think there's one that we're going to reshoot now. But I think I wanted to share that just because that's us letting our inner child out.
It's so much fun, man.
Well, that's like this.
Yes.
Like, I had a really busy day today.
Mhm.
I could not wait to come home.
Dude.
When I pulled up in the driveway and you were standing on my front porch after I told you I'll text you when I'm leaving the commissary, and you were like, hey, I'm on my way, and I'm walking out with my bags of groceries.
I was ready to go.
And I'm like, okay, we're doing this now. Sweet, But I've been looking forward to it because it brings that out.
Yeah, man.
And the commentary we have off camera,
Mm-hmm.
and then the conversations we have here, it really brings happiness. It brings light.
Yeah, dude.
To what can be a heavy, work can be heavy, family life can be heavy. Transitioning to the civilian world for 20 years of military service is definitely heavy.
Mm-hmm.
All the things that we deal with just in life, the losses, the negativity we see on social media. No, Facebook, I was not being negative. I need you to look at that for me. But all that can really, just drag us down.
Yeah.
And so these kinds of interactions.
Yeah, dude.
Cracking some jokes, having a good time, letting your hair down, being vulnerable. I think it's so important, especially for men.
Yes.
Because I think we're all children on the inside.
We are, man. We are.
I mean, I've heard so many times that men are less mature than women. You bet your ass we are.
100%.
And I love every minute of it. That's a compliment, sweetheart.
Hey, Peter Pan for life, dude.
Oh, man. This was fun.
This is a good one, man.
I needed this.
Yeah, me too, brother. I did too.
This, man. So, hey, guys, we're going to wrap this up. We appreciate your support. We're over 1,000 views on just YouTube alone. I don't remember how many were on Spotify. We're not that many on Spotify, so I guess most of you guys are watching on YouTube. And I need to pull up Amazon Music and Apple to see. But, man, we love you guys so much. We thank you for the support and for watch. Please please share.
Subscribe.
Yes, YouTube, Spotify. That's how we get out there more.
Yes.
Share with your friends. We've actually started breaking into people that they're not friends of yours on Facebook, and I don't know them either.
Yeah.
That are starting to follow and subscribe. So it's really getting cool. So we appreciate you all. Keep listening, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Later, y'all.